Hey Flosstube, good to be back. Sorry, it's been a while. Olivia B here. If you're new to my channel, thanks so much for tuning in. And for all of you who have been with me for a while, thank you so much for coming back. I know it's been a while since I did a video. The last one I did was Stitching Christmas, and that was with my sister, and there was no stitching update. So I'm sorry, no sister this time, but I'm here, and I just wanted to update you guys on my stitching because I think it was probably November since I did that last. So I'm just going to jump right into it. Actually, no, first, this is for Mitch Stitch. Today, brought to you by Firestone Walker. They're from Central California, Paso Robles. I like their 805. It's delicious. Okay. So let's get right into it. FFOs. I have one of my oldest pieces, one of my first like real cross-stitch pieces. I finally framed it up for Christmas, and that is the Noel sampler by With Thy Needle and Thread. I took that pattern, I changed it around a bit because there was an alphabet in it and I didn't want it, so I moved some things around. This was back in, I think I started this one back in 2015. It was probably my first Flosstube video. And going, you know, if I could go back in time, I might have stitched that alphabet in there. I think it's a pretty alphabet, but I still like it this way too. I found this frame. It's kind of like a barnwood frame, and it was the perfect size. It didn't come with glass, and so I decided, you know what, it's just going to be, if I don't have to pack it away every Christmas anyway, it might be easier without glass. And then I got it ready for Christmas, and I was like, forget that, I'm keeping it up all year round. So this hangs in my craft room, and I love it. And it's actually got me thinking maybe I'll take the glass off the other pieces I have. None of my other frame pieces that are on the wall are big pieces. I think for something really big I might get some nice glass so I can keep it safe, but for those I think I might take the glass out. We'll see. I framed it myself, put the backing on. So, Noel sampler. Love this piece. So I think Jen stitched this for Teresa for Christmas. So hers has the alphabet and it's stitch discharted and it's beautiful. I had a start/finish since I last did a stitching update. Yeah, I think I started. I don't think this had been started yet. This is Good Tidings, or Good Tidings or Glad Tidings by the Drawn Thread. Either way. There we go. It called for Dinky Dyes and MPI Silks. I traded those out for Threadworks cottons. Except for the birds, those are just DMC. And this was a really fun stitch. It went really quickly. I highly recommend this pattern. I've had I think it's Give Thanks on my wish list forever. I need to just get that and make a companion piece, and maybe I need to vonify for this, as Elena would say. I'd like to make it like kind of like an oversized ornament that I could hang on the wall. So I enjoyed that one. All right, in no particular order here, I'm going to show you my whips. Oh wait, no, I had one more finished. I'm sorry. And I don't know where I put the pattern for this. Wait, no, maybe I do. Sorry guys, a little rusty. Yes, it's In the Berry Patch by All Through the Night. I just happened to find this on Stash and Load for $2 once. I don't know if you can get it anywhere else. If you're interested in it, I would maybe keep an eye out because Elena wants me to save her this one. Save her, not save her. Okay. I decided that I wanted it on blue fabric, so I did it on a 32 count blue linen. There you go. I'm hoping to make this one into a cushion eventually. I enjoyed the plaid leaves. I thought those were really cute, and I love strawberries and birds in pieces, so I like that one. So those are my finishes. Now we go into whips. I have worked on all but one of my whips since I last did an update, so I've got quite the whip parade to show you. So first, this one I haven't worked on in a while. This is the Mini Garden Mandala from Chatelaine. This is the second. Comes in 1 through 3. I did the first one probably like a year ago, and I had the second one as a whip. I hadn't worked on it in a while. The pictures aren't very helpful. This is the pattern. So this is where I am at on that. Right now I am outlining all of this black with gold Petite Treasure Made. And it's a pain in the butt because there's already 4 threads in every hole, and now I'm trying to put the metallic in there too. So I'm not really enjoying that so far. But I would like to get that part of it done. The black fencing, I had such a hard time with that. I don't know what it was. It was my own fault, but I did a lot of frogging and restitching on that. But they are, you know, they're always pretty when they're done. So that's the second one. All right, next is my Queen Elizabeth black work piece. This is from Mary Hickmott's New Stitches magazine. This is number 16. This is the cross-stitch version of Queen Elizabeth. This kind of helps give you some perspective of what the different elements of her dress are when I show you the black work version. The magazine gives you both. And I'm stitching the black work one right here. And here's where I am on that one. There you go. I'm using red, like a red Threadworks, or it's actually the old Needle Necessities, to do the garment. I've been working on the black and gold on the upper part lately, and it takes a lot of focus and a lot of going back and forth to kind of determine what is what, so that I stitch certain parts in just black, and then we save the red for the other part, if that makes sense. So trying to make sure that it distinguishes between the different body parts, or the different body parts, the different dress parts. But I don't want to add in any other colors other than the red, black, and gold. But I do like working on it, and I really like watching this one come together. I think it's a beautiful pattern. She also has, and I have the issues, King Henry, so he might go on the bottom part of this fabric. There's King Henry, and then there's all of his wives, and Queen of Scots. Mary Queen of Scots, sorry. Yeah, so that's a good one. Okay, I think you might have seen this pattern a couple times before. Hollowing a Hawk Run Hollow from Carriage House Samplings. I completed the first block. Just one block. There it is. I'm doing this on a 36 count linen from Ship's Manor. It was one of their fabric of the month. It's a big piece. And it's going to take me a long time, but I just love it. I just love that pattern. I don't care how many people I watch stitch it, it doesn't get old. So I'm looking forward to getting back to that. Next, another small piece. The Prairie Schooler alphabet. I didn't pull out the pattern to show you. You've seen it. I finished the A. And I just got started on the B. I made some changes. I've been substituting out the colors for some overdyes. That weird yellow color is Butter Crunch from Gast. It's got the dye lots are very different. And this one that I used had some strong variegation in it, which Gast doesn't usually have. But I like it. It's a little different, and I kind of like that. So another one I enjoy stitching. This one's always a little hard for me to wrap my head around just because it's such a huge project and so long term, but so be it. I'll love it when it's done. I'm stitching mine in 3 panels of 9. Christy with the K did hers that way. Definitely check hers out. She did hers, I believe, 1/1 and 25 or 28 count, like Letitia's doing it and several others. And it's just gorgeous. She framed it. She framed her 3 panels. And one day, 50 years from now, I hope to have something similar accomplished. I'm doing mine on 36 count though, 2/2. Excuse me. All right, my next one is Country House Sampler by Brenda Gervais. Very cute. I started this one with my friend Maddie on her birthday. Haven't gotten a ton of work done on it. I've done this center part right here. I'm doing mine over 1 on 25 count. That's how it's done in the sample. So it's always like a little bit of work, or a lot of work for a little bit of progress, but it's so cute. And I do like working on this one as well. So I hope I got my fabric big enough. It's kind of disorienting, but it should be the middle of the square, so I think I'm good. Next is Big Red Ship of Life. Let me see if I pulled the pattern out. Oh, mine's the working copy. My original smells so bad of smoke that I'm probably gonna throw it away when I'm done. But it's this, but in red. Davina from Mumala finished hers. It's amazing. Check out her Instagram. That keeps me going. But no, actually this is very enjoyable to stitch. The only thing I don't love is stitching these side borders, but other than that, I always love working on this piece. I have finished the top 4 pages. It's a 16-page design. So here you go. I just changed the wave to blue, and I'm doing the sails in that kind of goldish yellow. The rest will be done in 498 from DMC. That change is taken from Tracy Horner, the designer's mom. Norfolk Needlework. She stitched it that way. She did hers in silk. This is DMC. But yeah, I really enjoy that, and I'll just keep on trucking. All right, one of my favorites, Halloween at Hollyberry Farm. So I had a little bit of drama with this one. I lost all of my threads. I can't find them anywhere. I reorganized my entire craft room. They're not in here. I don't know what happened, but I substituted out the color on the border for the petals of the flowers. It calls for carriage black, and I substituted wrought iron, which is a very, very dark blue, almost black, and it's been on back order with Gast for months and months. The dyers messed up the dye lot. They're not getting it right. They're not doing it right, and so it's nice of Gast to have high standards, but unfortunately, I need that color for the petals. But fortunately, I looked on eBay and there was 3 skeins left someone was selling, and so I got those, so I'll still be able to do that. But yeah, I need to gather the threads again. Luckily, this is one of those projects where I don't have to worry too much about, I mean, somewhat, but not too much about dye lot, because it's kind of a primitive looking piece. The house. I've been working on this big old house. I had done the little peaks in my parchment before I lost it, the parchment thread. So I bought a 10-yard skein to do the rest of the house and all these petals in. I have put the 10-yard skein into the house and I'm still not done with it. So I'm gonna go to my 3rd dye lot. No big deal. This house is a bit of a hot mess anyway, but here is my progress. I love working on this one because I love watching it come together. I can't wait to have it on my wall. The house is tedious, I'm not gonna lie, but I've had some fun with it too because, sorry, I'm trying to get it all in one shot. I tried doing like the sewing method in hand, even though it's 2 strands on a few rows. That didn't work well. I didn't frog it, so now you've got like some ugly stitches in there, but I don't even care. I am not doing 1 X at a time. I started that way, but after listening to Teresa from Kitten Stitcher and Abby from Abby Bella Stitch, I thought, you know what, these variegated flosses that I use aren't highly variegated. They don't go into a bunch of different colors. So I'm going to give it a shot, and I actually love it. I love that effect. It's not like streaky, but it's, if you could see it in person, it's got a, it really looks like a dingy old house. So I've got 3 of the 6 pages completed, and some of that 4th page at the bottom of the house. Love that one. And then, if you saw my Christmas video, you saw that I received the materials for Anne Uffendel's sampler from my father for Christmas. which is so generous. If you saw that whole video, you also know the materials were expensive. Thanks, Mom. So I'm stitching this in the called for silks and the called for linen, Lakeside linens, which is so nice. And I'm really enjoying it. This is a 40 count. Got threads hanging on it. This is my progress so far. I've mostly been working on border. It's about a quarter of the border, but I'm really enjoying it. You can see it close. There's two little motifs there that are 40 count 1/1. I hated stitching those, and I have 4 more left. Just being real. I did those in a 10th stitch. Mostly just like one color at a time because they give me a headache and a neck ache, and it's just not fun to stitch. But the rest of it is enjoyable. I've been doing this in hand using the sewing method because I'm just using one strand, and I love it. I love stitching that way. You guys really need, if you're not already following Ellen Chester on Instagram, her handle is Needleworker Ellen. I highly recommend that you do. She has gotten so far on this. It's absolutely beautiful. And I just keep watching her progress and keep working on mine. As you saw, I've worked on my other whips a lot too. So I started this one after I got my materials on Christmas, and I stitched on it for a few weeks, maybe a month, and then now I've kind of been jumping around to different whips, including this one. Yeah, so I love it. Love working on it, and I just love watching everyone else get into it. There's a bunch of other people stitching it. If you're stitching it and putting pictures on Instagram, I'd love it if you put Oofendel Sal, just because it's nice to like track that one hashtag and get to see everyone's progress. I know a lot of people are stitching this in DMC. I'm, you know, a silk sampler newbie. I think if you handed this to me and told me you stitched it in DMC, I wouldn't know the difference. I think the silks are more about the experience, but I could be wrong. I don't know. There's some people who stitch tons of reproduction samplers. Maybe they know different, but I think it's just as beautiful in DMC. I love these are Verssois silks. The coverage is really nice. Try not to get addicted to that. But yeah, I love this one. Very beautiful. That is it for my whips. So I don't have any haul to show you. If you saw my Christmas video, you saw I got spoiled at Christmas by Elena. And I've just... Dusty, please stop it. Thank you. So I've restrained myself from buying charts. If you know me at all, you know that'll change sooner rather than later. I got my monthly threads and fabric that I usually get from Victoria Motto, my nest egg from Trisha at 3 Out Threads, but you'll see that stuff when I use it to work with. But I got something much better than haul. I know there's not much better than haul, but I received a lot of generous gifts, and I really wanted to share those with you guys because they make my heart very full, and I very much appreciate them. The first one is actually kind of enabling. So I left this one out of my last video when I meant to show it. Oh, Elena and I had shown some things that had been sent to us, and I had forgotten this one that my friend Michelle gave me because I put it in my pile for my next video, and now my next update isn't until now. But she sent this before Stitchy Christmas even happened. I received this from her, and this is Sisters by Blackbird Designs. If you haven't seen this before, check it out if you're a Blackbird Designs fan. I love this booklet. I'm going to do a quick flip through. There's, I believe, 4 patterns in here. Christine from Stitch All Things, if you're watching, you've been warned. Okay, first one is A. Shields 1824. This is a little reproduction sampler. Kind of hard for me to get a real feel for it with these colors, but I'm sure it'd be lovely with some, I don't know, different colors maybe, like a little crown. This is the original, by the way. Okay. This one is called At First Cock's Crow. I think this is really cute. It says, at first cocks crow, the ghosts must go back to their quiet graves below. I think this would be really cute as a companion piece to Away We Ride. I think I would change the colors in this a bit to match that more. So instead of the fragrant cloves, which is kind of like bright orange, maybe do more like the pumpkin pie orange. Love that. This one is Peace and Plenty. I think this would look as cute as a companion piece to the Christmas garden. Maybe use the same colors, I don't know. And then the last one's my favorite. This is Witch No More. I wouldn't change anything about that. I think it's beautiful. It's got like purples in it. Maddie, Happy Go Stitchy on Instagram, she is doing a year of Blackbird Designs, and she's starting a new Blackbird Designs pattern every month. And I know this is in her lineup, and I was with her when she bought the threads, and they're amazing. They're beautiful. So I'm hoping that her, Michelle, my friend Michelle Hudson, and I will all do a stitch along at some point this year. Yes, beautiful. So thank you so much, Michelle. I absolutely love this. It's called Sisters, very fittingly. She's my stitching sister. We did a meetup in November. I think it was, yeah, I think it was November at our L&S Needle in a Haystack, us NorCal Stitchers. And we did like a white elephant, stitching related white elephant. I brought something that was like something no one would want. It was like a small pattern of like of an administrative building. Becky got that. I thought we were supposed to bring the stuff that, like, you know, the crappy stuff. They all brought like nicer things, so I felt a little bad, but I was very lucky. I got Janet from Trixie Stitches, her white elephant, and it's Autumn at Not Forgotten Farm. See, you can see why I'd feel a little guilty. I will show you real quickly the cross stitch patterns in this one, just in case you haven't seen it. Sorry, guys. It has things other than cross stitch. It's got like punch needle, some wool applique. Okay, this cross stitch is called Turkey Trot. So cute. There's hooked wool. Stop. And this is September's Blessing. I think those are the two cross stitch ones. Nope, there's one more. Old Farmhouse. So thank you, Janet. Love it. Okay, and then so then we had Stitchy Christmas, and then Michelle, my same friend Michelle Hudson, sent me a Christmas gift. So I don't know, she did double duty this year, and now I owe her another Christmas gift, I think. So I think this one counts for next year. But God, I wanted this pattern so bad, and I gifted it for Stitchy Christmas, but I wasn't allowed to buy it for myself. And then Michelle gave it to me. I was very excited. This is Blackbird Fractor. I already pulled the Victorian motto threads for this bad boy, but I haven't let myself start it. I'll probably still, well, I think, what did I decide? I would do the I have like there's two threads in here that I'll use the originals, I think, but then the rest will be Victorian motto. Beautiful. Thanks again, Michelle. Dog butt. Speaking of butts, Tracy P sent me quite a beautiful gift. Her and I both, would I say we have appreciation for, or acknowledge the existence of, cat butts. I sent her a lovely handmade cat butt coaster, not made by me, made by someone on Etsy. And ended up that she also got me something cat butt related. He does not like cat butts. Cat butt coloring book. Cat butt magnets. Official cat butt coin purse. That also has more cat butt magnets. These are like real, these are a little more graphic, if you ask me. But, and then there's also a magnet for a hairball. Thank you, Tracy. These are disgusting. I love them. Oh, he wants attention. He gets really naughty. He wants attention. Hey. Oh, he wants to, yeah. Once again, he wants to eat Becky's gift. Becky made me, so cute, this gnome, like needle felted gnome that she made. And then she also sewed a magnet on the back. And I can stick my pins in it. It came in this cute little gnome gift thing. And you know Dusty wants this so bad right now. We cannot have it. Thank you, Becky. I love this. It's so freaking adorable. Amy loves toads. Okay, Amy, I don't know if you're trying to like fly under the radar with your new Flosstube channel, but that's not happening. You need to check out Amy Loves Toads, guys. You probably know her, a lot of you, from, and Dusty really wants to eat your ornament. I'm sorry, Amy. She is a very lovely commenter on Flosstube and on Instagram. She leaves the most encouraging comments and is so sweet. And she now has 2 videos on Flosstube. She's just as sweet and lovely on video as I imagined her to be. So I'm just so excited that you're making videos, Amy. I'm so proud of you, because I know, like me, you're one of those people that's actually pretty shy and doesn't usually put themselves out there like that. And I know it's quite challenging. So good for you. And I hope you guys will go check her out. She loves toads. Well, she went above and beyond, and she made Elena and I each an ornament for Christmas. And here is mine. I already gave Elena hers. Isn't that so cute? I love her, and she's hanging up all year round. She's a little Christmas witch, and there's a little toad fabric on the back, and it's so soft. I don't know why it's so soft, but it is. And there's even little mushrooms. And Dusty wants to chew on it right now, so I'm gonna keep it away from him. So thank you, Amy. That was so sweet, and I've never received a homemade ornament from anyone, so it's very special to me. Sim, Swanky Sim. Oh my God. First off, Mushroom Sal. That's the whip I forgot. I'll bring that back later. There's the Mushroom Sal that Gerald and Elena and a bunch of us are participating in. I'm stitching a pattern that Elena brought me from France, and Gerald and Elena are both stitching one from France. Amy Loves Toads is doing it. She's got one from France. It's like the same one as mine, but it's a different mushroom. We both have like the little part of a big kit. And Sim also participated, and she has the best mushroom puns ever. So, reason alone to check her out on Instagram. You're probably following her anyway. She doesn't need me to give her a shout out, but thank you, Sim, for all the laughter. Anyway, Sim sent us a very sweet Christmas package as well. Stitchy Christmas package. She sent, it was like tea themed. So these beautiful teapot and teacup cards. I already put them away. I'm going to save them. They're just very pretty. And these cute heart needle minders. And then she sent me this pattern, 2 for Tea. And what's so special about this is it's from Merrily Beams. And she said, I know that Merrily Beams is close to you Northern California Stitchers' hearts. And she really is. And that was so thoughtful of you. Thank you. It's such a cute pattern. And just a couple weeks ago, I met up with a few other NorCal Stitchers. We went to my friend Terry's house. She's Balmy Stitcher on Instagram. We met her through Becky. So it was Terry, Becky, Abby from Top Knot Stitcher, myself, and Marilee Beams. She came and met up with us. If you guys watch, I'm sorry I'm not paying attention to you. If you watch, he yawns when he's annoyed with me. If you watch Becky's channel, Becky did a little video a while back after the fires in Northern California talking about how Marilee lost her house. Marilee Beams used to be a cross-stitch designer, and oh my gosh, and rude, and she lost her house. She lost everything in the fire, including all of her model stitches, all of her cross-stitch, her old sampler collection, everything. She kind of swore off stitching, but Becky put out a call to stitchers saying, you know, if you want to donate money, send it here and I will collect it and give it to Marilee Beams as a kind of donation from the stitching community. And Marilee was so touched that she picked up stitching again. She's doing needlepoint. So she came to our little gathering and spent the day with us and stitched with us, and she's working on a Elizabeth Bradley needlepoint that she had hanging in her dining room, and her husband, I guess that was their favorite room, she said, and she's gonna restitch the 2 needlepoint pieces that she had hanging in there. And she's a lovely lady, and it was a lovely day, and I'm so sad for her loss, but I'm glad that she found stitching again, and it was great to hang out with her. So thank you, Sim, so much for this pattern. I would like to stitch this. And that's my needle minder. Okay, speaking of Terry, she gave us we each got a little pattern to take home. The cute Home Sweet Home from Stony Creek. Thank you, Terry. This is very sweet, even sweeter with those finger sandwiches, and the rest of that is a delicious spread of food. Oh my gosh, it was good, guys. Susan from Golden Stitcher. Oh my goodness. So Susan is on, I'm sure a lot of you know her already from her comments or from her Instagram. She's on Instagram as Golden Stitcher 3. She used to be, I think, Golden Stitcher 39 or something. She has a new account, but she finished His Eyes on the Sparrow recently, and I know she just had it framed, and it's gorgeous. You definitely need to check it out. Amazing. And I always enjoy watching her progress on her pieces because she has excellent taste. But anyway, Susan was so kind. She messaged me, and she had ended up with 2 copies of the same pattern, and she wanted to know if I wanted a copy, and of course I said yes because it's gorgeous. This is Isabella Fox 1827 by GGR. Nicole's Needlework has stitched this. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. It's my first GGR pattern. Makes me feel so fancy. Thank you so much, Susan. I can't wait to stitch this one either. This one is in Gentle Arts threads, which are my favorite. So I'm excited for that. Thank you. Yeah, I know I'm spoiled, guys. I know. Valentine's. Got some Stitchy Valentines. I'm not sending out anything for Stitchy Valentines. I am a real bah humbug when it comes to Valentines. This is the first year that I've been like, ooh, Valentines, because I've gotten mail from Stitchers. Danielle from Stitcherista, thank you for the Devil's Floss. Every time I see 666 DMC, I think of you and the lady in your LNS who won't use it because it's evil. Thank you for the little dog tattoo. I might actually put it on Dusty. We'll see if that works out. Thank you, Marlene, for the Sweet Valentine's Day card. That is so cute. I was so excited when I got a mail from you. It's so unexpected. All right, let's talk about Amanda Ampy Stitcher. That girl is crazy generous. She sent Elena and I handmade pouches that you have to see here. Hold on. Look at that. Mushrooms. So cute, so colorful. Reminds me of like Dr. Seuss. It's so cute. And the little charm on here has got my initial. Just so freaking cute. I love it. It's so fun. She gave us, look at these notepads with the arm, and there's an armadillo needle minder. And the notepad with the bee on it. Oh my god. Gave us each a Summer House Stitchworks pattern. I took this one because I love those colors. a color wheel. So cool. Cute card. Thank you so much, Amanda. I couldn't believe it when I got all of this in the mail, and oh, it's so sweet, and just that you took the time to make this. I know you were making shitty bags, but this is not a shitty bag. I love it. Thank you so much. Just your videos alone are a gift. I love watching your videos so much. I really enjoy getting a card where y'all is written out. I just gotta find a way that it's okay for me to start using that word, even though I'm from California. So thank you so much, everyone. My cup runneth over. I very much appreciate it. Thank you. Next, I want to do a few shout outs. I don't do these enough. So the first one was Amy Loves Toads. Kind of already did that. Go check her out. Amy, just thank you for being such a lovely presence with or without videos. I think you add a lot to this community, so thank you. Christine from Stitch All the Things has done what I thought was impossible and watched all of my videos from the beginning. For those of you that do that, one, I am sorry, and two, thank you so much. I don't know why you would do that to yourself, but it's very sweet of you. Christine went and left comments on like every video, and it reminded me of projects that I'd done in the past and of things that I'd gotten in my haul that I haven't had a chance to like look at in a while, and it was great. And I've been watching your videos, Christine. I just suck at commenting because I watch my TV and then I think I'll comment later and then I forget to comment. It's bad. It's not an excuse, just a reason. But I can see how you ended up watching Elena and I, because you're kind of like a combo of the two. You've got all those bright colors behind you, which, by the way, I feel like you should hide if you're going to have Elena watch, because she will make you into a sweatshop before you even know what's happening. And then you're all into the Halloween too. But I'm enjoying your videos, so thank you. Check out Christine at Stitch All the Things if you haven't already. She's funny, she's sassy. Next, Whistle Stop Stitcher. She's a new one. I think she has, I want to say 3 videos so far. I've watched them all. She cross stitches. She also quilts, and her husband recently bought a quilting retreat house, like an old farmhouse, I think it is. And she films in a different room of that farmhouse every video and shows how it's decorated. At the end, she gives you a tour. It's really cool. So I've really been enjoying those videos. And then lastly, someone who's very new, Sampler Bird. I just thought I would let you guys know about her because I know a lot of you like samplers. I heard about her through Ellen Chester on Instagram. So check her out. She's only done 1 video so far. It's in 2 parts, but she likes samplers and smalls. So those are my shout outs. I do the beer in between. Lastly, I wanted to do a little segment on non-cross-stitching crafts. So this is the fault of Diana from It Is Kismet Stitches, Allie from Allie's Stitching Studio, Caroline from Off the Grid Needle Arts, who then did a tutorial, and then I had to English paper piecing. I've been doing a little bit, and I really like it. It's fun. It won't take the place of cross stitch. But it's something that I can work on. I worked on this on like New Year's Eve when I was hanging out with friends during the Super Bowl, kind of those instances where I'm trying to be social, but I want something in my hands, but cross stitch is too focused on counting and I can't really participate. So, so I picked up some English paper piecing. Here's where I'm at so far. Elena does not like this color palette. I love this color palette. It's like dark brown, tan, dark blue, and maroon. Heaven. Elena probably just fell asleep. She's like, did you pick that color palette ahead of time? Yeah, I did. I think this will eventually be a pillowcase because this would take my entire life to make it into a quilt, and I don't think I'm that patient, but I do have 2 large pillow forms I need pillowcases for, and I think this would be nice. So I've been enjoying that. Thank you ladies so much for inspiring me to start that. And this is like an old hobby that I don't do anymore. It's what led me to cross stitch, is embroidery. It all started when I went to an estate sale and I bought a whole bunch of embroidery thread for extremely cheap. I think for like $10 I got hundreds of skeins. It was a mixture of JP Coats and DMC and Anchor and just a bunch of old ones. It was old floss, and I bobinated all of it, and I looked up all the I looked up online, I looked up all the conversions to DMC and labeled them with those numbers, and that's basically what my DMC collection is. I added the missing colors over time, and that's how I have a full collection. Anyway, when I bought those, I loved them, and I was like, I gotta do something with this. So I found embroidery, and at first it was just online, like people posting old, like copyright free line embroidery drawings that you could use. I started with those, and then I had some books, like doodle stitching books, and yeah, so I just sorry, Christine from Calico was showing her embroidery, and she had gotten this book, and she showed how she was considering doing the sampler at the end. And I don't have the book with me. It's Doodle Stitching the Motif Collection. I just can't remember the name of the author, but you guys probably have seen it. Anyway, I stitched that sampler at the end of the book, and I mentioned it to her, and she wanted to see it. So here it is. It's that centerpiece, and it's just like a colorful, fun piece. And then I stitched, this is just like from an old embroidery transfer that I bought at a garage sale or somewhere. I used to find them at garage and estate sales for, you know, pennies, and pick them up. And so I stitched that on the borders. This was before I knew anything about fabric. So I just went to Joann's and I found this, I love this yellow color, and so I bought it. This is actually linen, and you know, linen, it wrinkles all the time, so it didn't really make the best pillowcase. I don't use it anymore. I don't have a small pillow like this around anyway, but I can't get myself to get rid of it, so I still have it. And there's the little sampler, and I would say definitely stitch it. It's a lot of fun. And then I just pulled a couple other pieces that I had laying in there that I haven't figured out what to do with. Sometimes I get tempted to throw in the garbage, and then I'm like, I can't really throw your stitching in the garbage. This is from, it might not be the same book, but it's the same author. This is just like a cuckoo clock, and she had instructions. I think it was this one, instructions on like making it into an actual clock. But I came to cross stitch because I wanted to fill these things in. I didn't like just the line drawings. They weren't really enough for me. But they are fun to do. I always just stitched on muslin. I didn't know to stitch on anything else. This is one of those like old-timey ones. You can see it's like a carriage going down a road. And then this one I did just decide to fill in. This is another like just old pattern I found online. So that one I was thinking about putting on a cushion. Kind of cute. Kind of goes with the bird one I did. I don't know, cherries or apples. No, this is apples. Yeah, so that's my embroidery and my paper piecing. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Again, I hope to try to make another video soon, but no promises. I'm trying very hard not to start any new things right now because I really want to make progress on my whips, but I can feel the itch. I kitted up what is it, Friends of the Heart from Plum Street Samplers, and I want to start so bad, but I really, like I said, want to make progress, so I'm trying to hold off, but we'll see what I have to show you next time. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.